What's going on, y'all? Jacob with JD Transportation, back with another one. Right now, I am in Houston, Texas, headed down to San Antonio, going to deliver some plywood tomorrow morning, which I actually left out today, which today is Sunday. And the little place I'm parking at is going to be 8 miles or so from where I'm delivering at in the morning, so maximize a little bit of revenue, leave early so I can go deliver first thing in the morning, pick up another one, and start stepping back across. Last week, though, it was a bit of an adventure to start the week off. Well, the entire week was a fucking adventure, to be honest with you. Y'all remember when I talked about replaced the bearings on my idler pulley? Well, yeah, them bearings didn't last very long because I'm coming into Biloxi, about 30 miles west of Biloxi, west of Biloxi, I'm sorry. And my alternator gauge right here, it tells me what the alternator's doing, whether it's discharging, or not charging at all, which is no bueno, or actively charging. And when it's not charging, you know, when it's supposed to be charging, there's a little light right here that's going to light up red. Well, that little light lights up red, and I hear a squealing. So I hurry up, I hit the shoulder, and I go look at it. Yeah, that bearing bit the dust, or the set of bearings I got in there bit the dust, and the pulley is all cocked off, you know, cocked to the side. So I go, you know, pull the belt off because it's lodged like up in the fan belt, because I have an alternator belt and I got a fan belt, which the alternator belt drives the engine fan, and there's 2 pulleys on the engine fan. So it goes from the engine fan up around the alternator on the belt tensioners and all that, the idler pulley. And the other belt goes around the water pump, the AC compressor, and idler pulleys and tensioners and all that. So it was just squealing like crazy because it was wedged. So I'll pull the belt off, start the truck up, make sure it's gonna actually run right, and it did. So I get down to the Loves in Biloxi, and obviously, knowing my luck, that the mechanics ain't there. They're not gonna be there till 7 in the morning, and this is 8 o'clock at night at this point. So I just decide I'm gonna wait there, which I should have stayed in the damn waiting area for the mechanic shop, because it felt great in there, and it was hot and muggy because it's Mississippi, just like Louisiana. It's hot and humid. I'm on the phone with old Freight Skater because he's running the night shift. Me and him are just shooting the shit. And about 1 o'clock in the morning rolls by. I'm gonna go try and go in this waiting area in the mechanic shop, and I'm gonna go try and take me a nap in the AC. So yeah, that wasn't the case. It was locked up. So I came back, sat in my truck right here where I'm at right now, kicked the seat back, rolled the windows down, and I intended to take a nap, which I slept for about an hour and a half because I can't sleep if it's hot. I like to see daggum penguins walking around whenever I try to go to sleep. I like it cold. So I failed attempt at sleeping. And 6:30 in the morning rolls by, and the mechanic gets there at 7:15. I'm sitting in that mechanic shop in the little office area at 6:30, waiting on the mechanic to get there. Which they had to if they'd have had the parts, I could have changed it myself, but they had to outsource the parts from a dealer or some shit like that. So $273 later, I'm rolling again. I go down to Castleberry, Alabama, I go unload that, and I go up to Chapman, get a load running up to Thorsby. And whenever I unload in Thorsby, I notice my roof is starting to peel up on my trailer, which it's just some real thin sheet metal. And I'm not sure what happened because it started peeling up from like where the sliding shit is for the curtains. So I called my shop foreman, let him know what the deal is. I go sit in a trailer shop. I get there at 2:45 and they close at 4. So naturally, I'm stuck there till the next day because they didn't even start working on it. But they did they did have me back in the shop whenever I got there. Sat there all day. Had Uber Eats deliver some food to me because I'm hungry and I didn't feel like going to the TA in Montgomery because I like to be in a quiet place whenever I go to bed. So, wake up the next morning. They start working on my trailer. About 11:30-ish, I'm ready to rock and roll again. So I go back down to Chapman, pick up a load going to Lena, Louisiana to bring me home for the weekend. Which, with the breakdowns and stuff I had this week, that week was just not a good week, revenue-wise. So I go unload. I'm on my way to go unload in Lena, and I hear something that's not right. So I'll pull over and go check it, and what had happened was there's the exhaust tube or whatever for the air compressor that supplies the air to the truck. It popped out of the compressor completely, and the threads on this steel tube was, goddamn boy, I guess just because I'm going slow, it looked like he was going rolling, but ADHD. So the threads that on this tube that screws into the top of my compressor was shot. So I call up my Peterbilt dealer, tell him what part I need, and he says, oh, Peterbilt actually updated this. It's not a steel tube anymore. It's not a solid steel pipe. It's a steel braided line. And you're gonna need some extra adapters and all this. So all right, but order it up. So they already had it in stock. They just put it off to the side for me, which I was planning on going get it. Either asking someone to go get it or go get it myself Saturday morning. So I unload in Lena Thursday. This is on Thursday. Friday morning I'll wake up. I go pick up this load that I'm under right now. I just go snag it and bring it back to the house. And as soon as I get back to the house, which is where I park my truck, is right down the road from the house, like you can see it from the backyard of the house. I'm turning my truck around in the field, and my dad calls me. He says, hey, you got any plans this weekend? Or this afternoon? I was, well, none that I'm aware of, but the way you say that, it sounds like I'm about to have something. What you got in mind? He said, your cousin is in a bind. I'm not going to say any names here, but whatever. He said, your cousin is in a bind. I said, all right. Where's he at? I'm gonna go help him. He said, Baton Rouge. Ah, shit. Alright, what do I need to go do? He said, you need to go pick it. He called and ordered the part already. They got it in stock. They got it off to the side for him. You need to go pick it up in Eunice. Then go get his pickup truck at the truck stop and go meet him in Baton Rouge. Try to get his truck going. I said, okay. How am I gonna get in his truck? Because he has the key. Oh, his daddy's gonna bring you the key. Alright. So I call his daddy up and ask him to just go drop the key off and put it somewhere on the truck. And he said, well, actually, you're going to have to, come on, get it. There you go. He said, you're actually going to have to come get the key from me because, excuse me, I'm getting ready to go camping. Alright. So I go get the key from him, then go get the part in Eunice, and then go back to go get his truck to go to Baton Rouge to go get it. Well, we get out there, and keep in mind, I had been up since 5:30 this morning. So I get out there, we swap the part out on the side of the road, and it's a primer button that goes on the fuel filter housing. It was leaking, and the truck was sucking up a little bit of air, and it was not getting running. So we swapped it out. We got we got it all primed up, started it, it idled just fine. You kick the idle up to about 1200 RPM. It would run good for about 10-15 seconds, and it would start spitting and sputtering, throwing white smoke, and it would die. So we unscrewed the fuel filters to make sure they were full of fuel. The first fuel filter that the fuel passes through, it was not all the way full, so we took his little 2-gallon can of diesel, filled his filter up, screwed it back. The second fuel filter it passed through was full. Excuse me. So we get the fuel filters full of fuel, start to idle up, same shit. 10-15 seconds goes by, it starts spitting and sputtering, white smoking, falls on his face and dies. So he ended up getting one of his friends that works with a towing company back where we live to come out to Baton Rouge, Gonzales actually, to come get us. Which Gonzales is on the other side of Baton Rouge, on the west side, east side of Baton Rouge. So while we're waiting, we go ahead and pull the drive shaft because, you know, we know enough mechanics, well, we mechanically inclined enough to get us by. So, and pulling the drive shaft ain't bad. It's 4 half-inch bolts on each side of it. Well, two on one, you know, at the rear diff, it goes into the yoke. And it's 2 on each side of it. And then on the other end of the drive shaft is the same thing, at the hanger bearing. So we get the drive shaft pulled down, we throw it in the back of his truck, and tow truck operator shows up, hooks up to it, we start shagging back toward the house. So we drop the truck at a friend of his that is going to be working on the truck. And keep in mind, it's already late. I'm exhausted. I haven't got no sleep. I didn't eat nothing all day. And by this point, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. By the time we finally get back with the truck, on the tow truck. Get the truck dropped. He does his paperwork. He pays the guy, the whole 9. Bring me to go get my truck at the truck stop because I dropped got out of my pickup and jumped into his pickup at the truck stop. So I get back to the house, I walk in the back door at about 3:15 and I go take me a shower because I had been sweating like a hoe in church all day. And I'm not going to bed like that. I'm going to bed clean. Excuse me. Sorry about all that. So I finally get a shower, lay back in bed at about 3:45, and I flip and flop because a hot shower just woke me wide up. So I flip and I flop till about 5:15 in the morning. I finally fall asleep, and I'm up at 8 when my alarm set for, so I can go to Peterbilt to get the parts I needed to change on this truck. Finally. So I go get them parts, and on my compressor with these Caterpillars, they actually have engine coolant running through them to keep them cooled down. So I you know, undid the hose clamp, which it's right here. I don't think I have any pictures of it. If I do, I'm going to put them up right here. But on the block, there was a little hose or whatever that the steel pipe went into for the exhaust tube. Took that hose off, took the metal tube completely out of the equation, took the adapters and whatever off the block and off the filter housing. Not the filter housing, I'm sorry, the compressor. And then put all the adapters and couplers and all that on the compressor and on the block side, which to do it on the compressor, I had to take off the fitting for the coolant line that runs into the compressor. So I got me a pair of vice grips, I clamped the hose down, the coolant hose, undid it, and the compressor's full of coolant at this point, so it's just spewing coolant everywhere. And I'm trying to work as fast as I can to lose as little coolant as possible, which I ended up losing about a gallon and a half. Get the 90 on there, because the 90 wouldn't turn all the way because it would be hitting that fitting for the coolant hose. Get the 90 screwed on there all the way. Get the hose coupler on there, put the hose back on it, tighten it all up so I stop losing coolant. Then I put the fittings on the block side, and then I just worry about getting the steel braided line up. So all in all, it took me like 30 minutes to do. So it's a fairly easy repair. It's just a lot of BS incorporated into doing something like that. But like I said, right now I'm on my way to San Antonio. I just got through Houston, Texas. And I'm probably going to try and get another video in for y'all this week. It's, you know, something, I'm probably going to show some securement on something. If I think that's what I'm going to pick up once I leave here. Something different than plywood and veneer like what I had been hauling, and y'all see me strapped bunch of times already. And also, if y'all have any video suggestions that y'all want me to do, throw it in the comments. Let me know. Thank y'all for watching. Y'all drive safe. Peace.